Hello, good morning. Today I would like to talk about an issue that is quite serious in Sabah. Actually, in Uber Ersas was illegal immigration in Kota Kinabalu. This topic is important because it does not involve law enforcement but also affects the economy, society, and even the daily life of the people living in the city.
So first, let's understand the background of this issue. Kota Kinabalu is known as the capital city of Sabah and also one of the main economic center in East Malaysia. Because of this, it attracts many people who are looking for better jobs, opportunities and a better quality of life. Now, this includes not only local immigrants from other parts of Malaysia, but also foreign nationals from nearby country. However, the problem starts when some of these individuals enter the country without valid documents or they overstay their permits. These people are what we call illegal immigrants. One major reason why this issue is quite serious in Sabah is because of its geographical location. Sabah is located very close to countries like the Philippines and Indonesia. On top of that, Sabah has very long coastline and many parts of it are difficult to monitor. Because of this, some individuals are able to enter through unofficial routes, sometimes using small boats and sometimes with the help of smuggling networks. Over time, many of these immigrants settle in Kota Kinabalu, especially in coastal areas and information settlements. Now, this situation creates a dilemma. On one hand, the immigrants contribute to the economic by working in sectors that require low-skilled labor. But on the other hand, their undocumented status creates problems in terms of law enforcement, public service, and social stability. At the same time, we also cannot ignore the humanitarian side because many of them are living in poor and vulnerable conditions.
Now let's move on to the cause of illegal immigration. The first and most important factor is economic difference. Many migrants come from countries where job opportunities are limited and wages are very low. So, naturally, they are attracted to places like Sabah where they can earn more money and support their families. The second factor is the demand for cheap labor. In certain industries such as construction, agriculture, fisheries, and domestic work, employees often look for workers who are willing to accept lower wages. Some employers choose to hire undercommand workers because they do not have to provide benefits like insurance or follow strict labor regulation. So, this creates a strong pull factor that contributes to attract illegal immigrants. Next is the geographical factor. As I mentioned earlier, Sabah has a very long coastline and it is not easy to monitor every entry point. Many illegal immigrants enter using small boats and avoid official checkpoints. In some cases, there are even organized smuggling groups that help facilitate their movement. Another important factor is institutional weakness. Sometimes enforcement agencies may not have enough resources or there may be lack of coordination between different departments. There can also be issues like corruption which reduce the effectiveness of enforcement. Lastly, there is also a lack of accurate data on undocumented migrants, which make it difficult for the government to plan effective policies.
Now, let's look at the impacts of this issue. First, from an economic perspective, illegal immigration can create competition for local workers, especially in low skilled jobs. This may lead to lower wages and fewer opportunities for citizens. Also, businesses that follow the law may be at a disadvantage compared to those that hire cheaper, undocumented workers. Second, from a social perspective, the increasing population puts pressure on public services. Hospitals may become overcrowded, schools may struggle to accommodate more students, and housing shortage may occur. This can affect the quality of life for local communities. Third, there are environmental impacts. In many informal settlements, there is poor waste management and lack of proper sanitation. This can lead to pollution, especially in coastal areas, and create health risks for both migrants and local residents. Lastly, in terms of security, undocumented individuals are harder to monitor because they do not have proper identification. While not all are involved in crime, the lack of documentation makes it more difficult for authorities to manage the situation effectively.
So, now the important question is, how do we solve this issue? Firstly, the government needs to strengthen border security. This includes increasing patrol, using modern technology like drones and surveillance systems, and improving coordination between enforcement agencies. With better monitoring, illegal entry can be reduced significantly. Secondly, there must be stringent enforcement against employers who hire illegal workers. This includes higher fines, stricter inspection, and even cancelling business licenses for those who break the law. At the same time, the government can provide incentives to companies that follow legal employment practice. Third, a registration or regularization program can be introduced. This allows sentenced and documented migrants to register with the government and obtain temporary work permits. This approach is more practical because it allows authorities to monitor them while also reducing illegal activities. Next, the government should improve urban planning and housing conditions. Informal settlements should be upgraded with basic facilities like clean water, sanitation, and proper waste management. This will improve living conditions and reduce environmental and health problems. Public awareness is also important. People need to understand the impact of illegal immigration and the importance of following the law. Lastly, Malaysia should strengthen regional cooperation with neighboring countries like the Philippines and Indonesia. By improving economic conditions in those countries, the number of people migrating illegally can be reduced in the long term.
In conclusion, illegal immigration in Kota Kinabalu is a complex issue that involves many different factors, including economic, social, and graphical aspects. It's not something that can be solved with or on single solution. A balanced approach is needed, combining strong enforcement, proper management, and cooperation with other countries. If the steps are taken effectively, it can lead to a more stable society, a stronger economy, and better living conditions for everyone. Thanks for your attention.